Okay, you precious metals miners maniacs. So like Nico Eagle Mines, AEM. Yeah, so I haven't really been spending a lot of time on these miners, so I am going to start paying more attention. If you haven't seen my first video from the other last week or so, you can check it out. But this is going to be my process, so you're seeing my process as it unfolds, which is, by the way, there's nothing special about it, right? So everything kind of took a little bit of a beating this day, right? These little fake breakouts and then just full blown rejections. But did it do anything to the chart? It didn't, right? All it did was actually give a new level to work off of on resistance. But daily 12 EMA rider across the board. So as I look at a name like this, and AEM is absolutely one of my favorite miners in the space to play. I just know that a tap of the 12 EMA here, it's a buy. And if it breaches and follows through down to the downside, I got a level that's nearby to work off of, right? So we've got a strong level to work off of right here in the $60 range. You have these multiple 12 EMA bounces. As a trader, it says to me, 12 EMA taps are buy spots and they're low risk. And that's the way I'm looking at it. So just to zoom out to the weekly, because we want to see what lies ahead for AEM should the precious metals miners catch a bid. And with these higher interest rates environments, I don't know how strong the bid's going to be, but whatever. The chart is the chart. So we have this level next up, which will be 66.35 area, a little volume profile pocket, and then it starts to run into some resistance here in the 70 range, 72 range. So, any buys that I'm making at this point, I'm probably going to be trying to target that 72 range, that $70 range. Yeah, somewhere up in here is where I'll be targeting. And depending on size, I would maybe trim out on a couple dollar move here just to get risk free or just to make it really low risk. So that's Agnico. Let's see what the monthly is giving us. Yeah, so it's a great monthly. It's just got some levels it's got to deal with. If everything keeps going the way it's going, maybe we get some tests up higher. But it does say that if you can get past like 73 to 75 range, you're going to be starting to test these highs up here in this 80 range. That's what it's looking like, but it's a long way to go, and anything can happen in between then and now. AEM looking okay. Good recovery off of this flush out. I want to get to Newmont. Let's see what Newmont is doing. I'm looking at the big board, the bigger names right now. Newmont's a different look, right? So you could just sit there and you can say, "Hey, Agnico, it just looks better." But Newmont has got crushed again. I've talked about it on Newcrest mining deal. It destroyed them. So they're recovering now, and it's a 12 EMA again rider. So if I'm gonna play Newmont, I just want to see what these volume profiles look like here. If I'm gonna play Newmont, it does have this channel breakout too, and maybe this back test into this weekly 12 EMA would be a good look. So that's what I'm going to be on the lookout for. But some resistance levels on the way back up. A long sustained move with gold. Probably Newmont probably fares well with it, but it's showing that it's weak overall. KGC. I remember just firstly looking at the chart recently, last time I started, and I said the chart looks strong, and it still does. The flush, it's already testing the high of the flush, where AEM isn't. I'm gonna guess that Harmony is too. So 12 daily 12 EMA riders, just no question. Yeah, all these moving averages are they're doing fine. Yeah, so weekly 12 EMA taps are probably, it's holding this level of the $6 area. and that's a 12 EMA probably, right? So yeah, so these are levels, and a lot of the binders look the same. AEM's got this straight up level too. So the thing is that if these levels break down, I know I'm wrong, and then I have to like reassess. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at the majority of the space. Oh, Cisco's another one that I often play, and it's looking a little wonky, but looks fine. But again, this is starting to lose this 12 EMA, so I don't like that look as much. It's a royalty company. It's going to move differently than these miners anyway. Yeah, I don't even have Pan American on here. I want to look at Pan American. Nice move there too. So same thing. 12 EMA rider. Let's see what the weekly looks like. Yeah, the buyers are still here, and this is a good horizontal break. Would love to see a back test of the $16 area for PAAS, but it even broke out through this level here. It's probably a monthly level, yeah. So there's a lot of. It was a big fight here on PAAS. Multiple rejections. It's gotten through with no follow through now. So this is like a back test. This is what they call wait for the breakout in the back test. Well, you got it, and the back test got bought. Pan American looks good. I'm gonna try to be stingy on my entries only because they're running hot and it's far away from the EMAs. But this is a pretty good level. There's some buyers, there's some support here too. So $18 looks great to me for me to take a stab, knowing that there's not a lot of resistance levels built up in between that and 1678. So you're risking $1 there, $1.50 maybe on an 18. Well, yeah, about $1.50 risk on an $18 buy. So let's see how the action goes. This little upper wicks on the daily. And if you look at the gold and silver futures, it seems like they kind of need a little bit of a rest. And everything looks the same right now. So it's just a lot of indecisions. Even $1 is like just going sideways. So we have to see what happens there. Pan American's got my attention. Agnico's got my attention. Let's take a look at Harmony because another one that I really like to play can whip people around a lot too, but I'm sure this chart's going to look similar to everything else. Yeah, another good one, right? So 12 EMA taps are probably buying opportunities. This level here coincides with this recent action all over here, but Harmony before you can blink and Harmony will be back down to like $5. So I definitely use stop losses on this one. I give it some room and I size down a little bit and I just kind of let it play weekly. There were buyers. It wicked down, but this breakout area is where I would like to see a back test, and that would make me really happy, right? So you've got this bull flag, weekly bull flag that's confirmed. It's with follow through, so it's a great look, but it's getting hot. And gold and silver look like they have a possibility of wanting to roll over. So if Middle East tensions change and risk on comes back and people start hitting the tech names again and maybe these small cap growth names or whatever, it could be a change there. So keeping an eye on it. I'm not getting aggressive at all on precious metals yet or any of the miners, that's for sure. That would be it for today. Just want to see if there's any other ones that stand out to me that I want to look at for today. SILJ, again, they were buyers on the weekly, which is looking pretty good, but it's still, it has not taken out these levels, so it's got to take out these horizontal levels, and then there's a possibility that we move up into because resistance breaks down up here. Got some gaps to fill on the weeklies, so SILJ gets above 12, and there's a good chance technically that it can get over, it can run up to 15 to target these areas here. Let's see what the monthly looks like. Yeah, just rejection, rejection. So it'll be a sign, right? If it gets through this 12 area, and then yeah, it's looking like 15 is going to be the next stop on the way up for SILJ. So the charts look constructive, especially on some longer term time frames. Even on these dailies, I mean, they're running a little hot. Like to see some more consolidation personally, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. The market does what it wants. I just try to follow. GDX, another move, nice move, breakout out of this long-standing symmetrical triangle consolidation and a back test with a bounce. It's technically it's what exactly everybody wants to look for. They tell you if you get the breakout, wait for the back test. Well, you got the back test. And now there's levels to work off of here that are pretty clear, right? 32.50, $32, somewhere around there, level to work off of. Next target's going to be 36.33 area. And much like SILJ, runs into very less resistance up here on horizontal price points. So it looks pretty good. Gdxj, which had some juniors in there, and it's heavier with silver names, but little rejection. SILJ, Gdxj, and SILJ look similar, right? So there's some rejection here, a little fakey breaky, but the buyers did step in to support these levels here. So, and you can see it on the volume profile, but it's the same deal, right? Get over 44, 43.80, 43. Now, what is this exact number? I'll tell you. 43.89, and there's a shot at getting up to like this 50 area. So that's what the miners are looking like right now. Over and out. We're just going to be just watching what physical does, because this is great consolidation, but they're all running pretty hot, and the dollar has gotten a good move. So kind of need to see what happens there before going nutso on the miners. Over and out.